A big bang! That's what you need to start a revolution, to start a new universe, or to start a new style in classical music. Leave the last to Beethoven, because banging big is sort of his trademark in starting a piece. A strong chord that lights the fire. And there's one piece in particular with which he changed the course of music history forever. This is episode 21 of Beethoven 250 in 52 posts, Eroica. Beethoven's big bang that changed the course of music history is called the Eroica Symphony. His third symphony, the Heroic Symphony. In the previous episode of my series, I introduced to you the theme that plays such an important part in it, and that also is an important part of the set of piano variations Beethoven wrote under the same name, Eroica Variations. Both pieces start with Beethoven's trademark, a strong, powerful chord that sort of says, "Hello, listen up, I'm going to tell you a story and you'd better listen." And the symphony starts with exactly the same chord, but then even with two bangs. The opening chords of the Third Symphony are considered to be the start of a new style in classical music called Romanticism. Beethoven had finished writing the piece in the beginning of 1804, but it took another year before it was premiered in public. And during that year, a lot of things happened in the world which influenced the name of the piece. It was Beethoven's intention to dedicate the symphony to Napoleon Bonaparte, the great hero of the French Revolution that was now first consul of France. Napoleon highly appreciated the power of music and believed that it deserved the full support of the government. This created wonderful career opportunities, of course, in Paris, and Beethoven made actual, serious plans to move from Vienna to Paris. And it was a smart marketing move to dedicate the symphony to Bonaparte, because that would attract his attention at the first place and probably also his support. But it would also be a strong political statement. The political aspect of dedicating a symphony to Napoleon Bonaparte is actually the reason why the symphony didn't get the name Bonaparte Symphony. Because in May 1804, Napoleon crowned himself the Emperor of the French. And Beethoven was very, very angry about that. He told his friend, from now on he will only care about his own ambitions, he will think himself superior to other men, and he will become a tyrant. On which he walks to the table on which the manuscript of the Third Symphony is. He takes the first page and rips it apart. And when he sends a copy to the publisher, he had scratched out the name of Napoleon Bonaparte so hard that it left a hole in the paper. So it is possible that Beethoven had Napoleon in mind when he wrote the symphony. But I'm not sure, or I don't really think, that Beethoven had the intention to portray Napoleon in music. I think Beethoven was just smart enough to see a career opportunity and to see opportunities to make a great entrance in Paris when he would dedicate the music to such an important figure. But what I am sure about is that the premiere of the Third Symphony was a disaster, which I'll tell you in the next episode of Beethoven 250 and 52 Posts. Don't forget to leave a donation to support my series, like and share it with your friends, and have a nice week, be happy, have fun, and see you next Sunday.